Everybody good? Reese Bassinger, senior pitcher. Couple questions.
Reese, going through the last 2 or 3 weeks of the regular season, then the postseason, anything changed for you in your approach? Obviously, the results have been different. You've had some really good ones, a couple that kind of coincided with a little bit of the downturns. How did you approach that?
You just try to stay as consistent as possible for the guy next to you. My team and my teammates expect me to go out there and get the job done every day. So the times you don't, you just try to be better the next time and try to be ready to go. The routine stays the same though. You can't be up and down and changing things throughout the season when you know it works and have a history of it working. So you just try to stay consistent and try to be as comfortable as possible.
Last couple of outings, what worked the best for you?
Changeup's been really good. It's nice. I just try to throw it as many strikes as possible. I got a great defense behind me. So just trying to pound the zone no matter what I'm doing and just give our team a chance to field the baseball.
Reese, what was it like that Kentucky game on Sunday, seeing so many other guys in the bullpen that hadn't been significant contributors this season step up to the table?
Absolutely huge. I've played a lot of postseason games before, not necessarily here, but every postseason is going to have to take a guy who hasn't been as in a bigger role to step up and do something great that no one expected them to do. And that's what happened on Sunday. We had great guys step up. Furman did great. Ben Hudson did good. There was some other guys in there that I might be forgetting that really did well, that helped us keep us in the game to score. I think it was 5 in the 8th to go ahead and take the lead, and Griffin Kern to come in and close it out.
This is your second straight year, Super Regional. What do you guys take away from having the experience?
I wasn't here last year, but I know a lot of the guys really enjoyed last year's Super Regionals, even though it didn't work out. So, coming into here with guys that have experience like Brodie Kresser and, some of my roommates that have all been here before, it's really nice hearing that, people are ready to go. It's not like, we're in a super. It's like, yeah, we're in a super. Let's win it.
What are your thoughts just on this LSU lineup and what you've seen the challenges they're going to present this week?
I think they're a tough lineup. They're a really good team. Obviously, they hosted a regional. They hosted a super. They played a long year just like we have. There's going to be guys that are hot. There's going to be guys that aren't as hot. I got to play against one of those guys last year, Daniel Dickinson at Utah Valley. No, he's a great player. So it's going to be really fun to just have our best versus their best, and winner goes.
Obviously, on the road last week, on the road again this week. What's the preparation been like? What sort of the route for you guys been as you're going on these road trips?
I think as a team, we love being on the road. I think we get to go and do nothing but baseball on the road. We get to be with each other, and that's just how it is. We get to enjoy being with each other. On the road, you're going to have a lot of fans that really want you to suck and really want you to lose. And that's where I think we come in together really well. Last week we played in front of probably 8,000 fans against Clemson, and there was 27 of us in the dugout rooting for each other, and I think that meant more than any 8,000 fans you can put against us.
You guys have 16 of your games this year. I think when it's been within two runs or less, close games have been really good. What's kind of been the key to that?
Sticking together. I think we really enjoy the close games. I think we are always rooting for each other. There's been those close games that we haven't won. But it's always great to know that we're going to bounce back and we're going to have the guy next to us in mind when we're going out there trying to compete.
How would you describe y'all's offense? It's kind of, you don't have a lot of power, at least home runs, but you get on base a lot, cause a lot of havoc.
I think it describes the way our program works very well. I think it's very blue collar. I think it's not going to be the most flashy team in the country. We're not going to go and be the University of Tennessee and hit 180 home runs a year. We're going to go in there and get the job done for the next guy and pass the bat. And when you look up in the 9th, we're going to have the lead.
Reese, when you're working, changing your arm angles, how much of that is pre-planned? How much of it is, hey, you get a different guy in the lineup, you see something working a little better, hey, I might drop down or I might switch this up a little bit on this at bat?
Yeah, I think it all just depends on the batter you're facing, the situation of the game, what you've seen previously from, when I come in after Griffin Kern or Jack Hartsonis, what they've been doing that's been working for them. So sometimes I'll go up in the zone, which is not something that I do a whole lot. But when I see Griffin Kern, throw 7 innings against Kentucky going up in the zone, something's got to be working. So kind of just try to be a student of the game, just try to adjust as I can. I've been blessed to play 3 years so far, so this is my 4th year. And so you kind of learn a lot from just playing and just being able to adjust to what they're giving you at the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last year, what did you guys, the team, learn from that Super Regional experience and take into this year?
Yeah, just being able to play together as a team, not really changing anybody's approach, pitching-wise, everybody trusting their process. Basically just having fun, enjoying the time. Playoff season baseball is the funnest time. You get to explore. I mean, a lot of us haven't been here to Louisiana, so I think it's been pretty cool and just basically just trusting each other and having fun.
What were your first impressions of LSU and just the stadium, the atmosphere here?
Yeah, it's different. I've always wanted to come to LSU, check it out. It's obviously hot, but it's nothing that we're not used to. Something we can adjust to, and I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely a different place for me.
Talk a little bit about how the heat's been affecting you guys. How are you guys preparing for it and dealing with it this weekend?
Yeah, it's been hot everywhere. I mean, it was hot in Clemson too. It's hot back home, basically kind of the same. Just a little bit more humid, but nothing we won't hydrate, and our staff and trainers will get us ready with electrolytes and all that other stuff.
How's your health?
My health is good.
Were you ever consider? I mean, you were in a lot of pain Sunday. Were you
Yeah.
ever think? I mean, did you have to like talk yourself out of coming out of the game? Or
No, it's going to take a lot to get me out of the game. I dealt with injury last year, and that kind of hurt. So I just trusted my trainer, Rosier, and he got me right. Went back, did some rehab, and feeling good. So.
the most
What's your
painful hit
rehab?
that you've ever had? The most painful hit?
Yeah, one of. I got lucky. It just skinned my kneecap. It definitely could have been worse. So.
Getting hit in the face is probably worse, though.
Yeah, that probably was 1-1 worst for sure.
So what's your rehab process been like? I mean, trying to do that while you're traveling, too, is difficult.
Yeah, basically just making best friends with Rosier, our trainer, just basically living in there, doing anything I can to stay healthy. It's always, obviously the bodies towards the end of the season are going to be tired, fatigued, sore, so just basically taking advantage of that. We're doing cold tubs and stuff back at the facilities back home, basically just anything to find a way to feel good.
Why are you guys so good on the road?
I think it's just, we just have fun. Like, we know everybody's against us. Like Bass was saying, just there's 27 guys and all the coaching staff that believe in each other, and they got everybody's back, and we just go out there and play the ball we do.
What's the identity of y'all's offense?
What's that?
Like the identity of your offense. What do you guys pride yourselves on?
Yeah, like you said, like you mentioned earlier, we don't hit a bunch of home runs, but we got guys that can. Basically just thinking gap-to-gap approach, keeping it simple. I know 1 through 9 can rake. We got a bunch of guys on the bench that are on and off playing-wise. We just keep it simple, trust our process, and trust our coaches when we get a plan for a scouting report for each pitcher.
Brodie, what does, like last week with what Armani did and Lumsden,
Yeah.
you only have 2 kids on the first team all Big 12. Is the strength of this team, above all else, the depth, the numbers?
Oh yeah, I've never been a part of something so crazy. Like, all of our guys they're all so bought in. Everybody's ready to go, whether they're not starting or not. Sometimes it comes down to matchups too, whether it's a lefty or righty we need in the lineup. But that just shows how deep we are. Lumsden and Monty coming in with clutch hits. Monty having a crazy weekend, who hasn't played in a long time, and with his speed and everything else, Lumsden was an everyday starter last year. So it just shows how much depth we have and how we can trust anyone we put in the game.
Defensively, y'all had some errors in the last regional.
Mhm.
The fielding percentage isn't super high.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can kind of correct that in this series?
Yeah, just stay confident and do what we do. Don't really change too much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Shannon.